Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today we are going to be doing my June TBR. I'm really excited for June. June is Pride Month and I have decided to do a little bit of a reading challenge with my patrons, in which I've done them a cheeky little bingo board. I'll show a picture of it here. And the idea is just to read diversely in June and support queer books and queer authors, and I'm really excited about doing this, and I'm taking it one step further and aiming to read only queer books in June, and I'm really excited about this. I've got a couple of reading vlogs planned that I'm looking forward to doing, and I'm excited. So on that basis, we are still going to do the card pulls like I normally do, but I'm aiming for only queer books, so we're going to see if I can make this actually work. So the first thing that I do need to do though is pull my patron pot pick. Now if this comes out and it isn't a queer book, I will read it in July instead. I'll just push it a month because I don't want this to be the only book that ruins that whole thing. So we're going to pull out of here. I think there is maybe one or two queer books in here, but I don't know how many, so we're gonna pull and see what happens. I'm a little bit nervous because I can't remember what's actually in here anymore. Okay, let's just one, please. Let's do this one. What is it? That is The Forest Grimm from Claire. I don't know if that's queer or not. Let me look into that real quick. Okay, The Forest Grimm by Catherine Purdy, which has been picked by Claire. It is not in fact queer, so I will probably end up reading this in July, which is absolutely fine. I will just push it into then, but I am interested in this one. It is a retelling, new fantasy where fairy tales come to life with dark, deadly twists. Fascinating. I'm not going to go into the synopsis because I'm not going to read it this month, but I did want to pull that just in case, because I'm fairly certain, like, sure Raven Song is in there by TJ Klune, which would have worked perfectly for this, but maybe I should have tried my manifesting hat a little bit harder. The Forest Grimm, it will go on to July's TBR, which is fine. So let's get into, I have like a selection of books here on the chair next to me that I really want to get to, so I will probably go through these if I don't make them work with the cards, but then I have a whole selection of books I've pulled off of my shelves that are queer as well. So let's give these a shuffle. Let's give them a shovel. Oh my god, what's the chances I've just dropped a card? It's the LGBTQIA card. Put that back in there. It's like it knows. My apologies if you can hear the fan as well. I forgot that was on because I'm currently sweating my back off. Apologies if you can hear that. Alright, let's pull this. Choose a book which begins with a prologue. Lovely. Give me a minute.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, this was way harder than I anticipated. Not a single one of the books next to me has a prologue, and then I went through every single book on the floor that I've got and only two had a prologue. I'm going to go for We Ate the Dark by Mallory Pearson. I got this earlier on this year. It was a pre-order and it is a horror. It's probably going to be a lot of horror on this TBR. This is it's following a group of women, I'm fairly certain, whose friend disappeared. So Sophia Lyon disappeared 5 years ago. Her remains are found stuffed in the hollow of a tree bursting through the floorboards of an abandoned house in the woods. The women who loved her flocked home to North Carolina hills to face their grief. So we've got Frankie, who's Sophia's twin sister, who is in furious mourning. Poppy is heartbroken. Cass has never felt more homesick, and Maya knows something the rest of them don't. Determined to find Sophia's murderer, they share more than a need to see justice done for their friend. Each woman is haunted, bound to each other by something both cruel and kind, and now stalked by a shadowy presence they've yet to understand. They can only question and fear. As Sophia's secrets unravel, so do those of the woods, and the women soon realise that Sophia might not be who they thought she was at all, and that whoever or whatever killed her is coming after them. It sounds really good. I haven't specifically seen anything about this one, about whether or not it's good, but I'm obsessed with this cover and I think it's really, really cool. And I believe it's queer. So, and it does have a prologue, just for proof as well. That does say prologue. A lot of these books had actual chapter titles, so there was no prologue in them, but yeah. So I am intrigued by this one, and that will fit the prologue card. I actually haven't decided how many of these cards I'm going to pull. We'll go for 5 to start off with and see how it goes. Right, book number, stop doing that. Why is my shuffling so bad? So I'm going to have to practice, isn't it? Right. Pull a card. Choose a book which has a yellow cover. Fascinating. Okay, I'm gonna go for a relatively easy one. We're gonna whack some manga on here. We've got I'm Kinda Chubby and I'm Your Hero Volume 2. This does have yellow on. It's yellow for the most part. It counts, okay? We follow Honjiru, who in the first one, he is a actor and he's struggling with his confidence a little bit. He's our chubby guy. He's struggling with his confidence a little bit, and one day Konosuke, who works in a patisserie, ends up going to one of his shows and becomes not obsessed but like really invested in Honjiru as a person and really respects what he's trying to do. Even though he makes a mess on stage in front of all of these people, he continues on and seemingly is loving his life. So Konosuke admires that and starts sending him gifts from the patisserie, and Honjiru is wondering who this secret admirer is, and they end up towards the end of it meeting and building up a friendship, and I think it's gonna move into more of a relationship direction, and I'm really looking forward to it. I loved the first one, it was really good. I read it in the 24 manga in 24 hours vlog, which I'll leave a link to up here if you want to check it out. But yeah, I'm going to use this one for yellow cover, and I'm excited to continue on with this series. I don't know if this is the last one. This one was published in 2022, but the translated version came out in 2023, so I don't know if there's another one coming out or not. I'm not sure, but I'm excited. Okay, book number 3. So close to dropping them then. Choose a book which has a dedication to mum. Why why are these so specific? Why would you do that to me? Alright, second book I checked, it's got dedication to mum. The first one didn't have a dedication at all, it's an arc. So we've got The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. This has been on my shelves for such a long time, and it's about time I got to it. I believe this is following a woman called Gaia Price, who has ended up going on this expedition, I believe, in a cave, and I think she ends up getting stuck, and she's literally on her own and is trying to get out of this cave. And I think it goes a little bit haywire, I'm not sure. A thrilling atmospheric debut with the intensive drive of The Martian and Gravity. Love both of those movies. And the creeping dread of annihilation. DNF that book, that's absolutely fine. In which a caver on a foreign planet finds herself on a terrifying psychological and emotional journey for survival. It sounds really good, and I am excited about it. I don't know why I've been holding off on reading this one. So that's the one I'm going to pick for dedication to mum. It does say for my mother, so it counts, just to prove it. Okay, card number 4. Oh, pigeon. Is choose a book that still has the shop sticker on the front. I don't know if I'm going to have one with a shop sticker on the front because I'm really anal about taking them off. Let's have a look. I do have one. Hang on. Right, maybe I'm not that anal about it. I've just found one. This has been on my shelves for ages. Honestly, it's probably one of the ones I'm least excited about reading. I haven't heard a lot about it, but we're going to give it a go regardless because it fits the prompt and it's gay. So it is All That's Left in the World by Eric J. Brown. I believe the sequel for this has just come out as well. Jamie and Andrew are strangers and 2 of the last people left alive. After a catastrophic event wipes out most of the population, Jamie finds himself alone in a cabin in the woods. He's learned to fear other desperate survivors, but when he meets the injured Andrew, Jamie is compelled to help. As they step out into the strange new world together, their friendship begins to feel like something more. Jamie and Andrew are hoping for safety, for shelter, for community, but ahead of them is a perilous journey through a world torn apart. They don't know what they'll find out there, but they may just find each other. Interesting. It does still have the buy one get one half price sticker on it from Waterstones. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I missed that one. Well, clearly I do. It's gone on my shelves and I haven't looked at it since. It happens on occasion. Okay, book number 5. This may be the last one. It may not. We'll see. Maybe we'll do 7 and then I'll just mood read the rest of the month. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do 7. We'll do 7. Sod it. Choose a book which has become a TV show or movie. For the love of God, this does not help me in the slightest because I don't think a single one of these has become a TV show or a movie.
Didn't you want to reread White and Royal Blue?
I did. That's going to be my go-to, I think, with this one.
Sorry to make you jump.
Sorry. Okay, none of the books that I've currently pulled off of my shelf have been turned into a TV or a movie, but have been turned into a TV show or a movie. But there is a book that I would really love to reread. I read this ages ago before it became a movie, and I've watched the movie now about 4 or 5 times because I absolutely love it. I watched it twice in one day when it first came out because I just really loved it, but I haven't reread the book in a long time, so this is the perfect opportunity to do so. I really wanted to prioritize reading new books, but seeing as this prompt has come up and I can't fill it with anything else, we're going to do this instead. And it is Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I read this so long ago, so long ago. When did this come out? Oh, 2021. Fair enough. It feels like it was, oh no, 2019. There we go. I think that's probably about when I read it, 2019, 2020, and I haven't reread it since. So this does follow Alex Claremont Diaz, who is the president's son. She is the first female president of the US, if I remember correctly. And we're also following Prince Henry. And basically these two do not get on in the slightest. They don't get on, and they end up causing quite the stir at a public event, and they then have to do a load of press to pretend that they're actually really good friends, and it builds into something more. And I just really enjoy, I love the movie, to be honest, but it's been so long since I've read the book that I would really like to reread it and compare and contrast and see my thoughts on both of those. So this is the perfect opportunity to do that. I'm very happy with that, actually, I'm not gonna lie. So that is book 5. We will definitely do 7 on that basis now that I've put a reread on there. Oh, piss off. Just keep dropping the cards all the time. Come on, Barra. Oh, sod it. Choose a book which has a 1-word title. Okay. Okay, so I had 2 options for this one, but I'm actually going to go for one that's been on my shelf. I think this has been on my shelf longer than the other one, but it's been on my shelf for a really long time, and I'm constantly like, I'm definitely going to get to that, definitely going to get to it. They never do. And it is A Lat's Away by Darcy Little Badger. I don't really know what this is about, I'm not going to lie. I've had it for a really long time and it was gifted to me, so I do feel a bit bad that I haven't read it yet. But apparently it's speculative fiction, which could work in my favour or not. I don't know. Imagine America very similar to our own. It's got homework best friends and pistachio ice cream. There are some differences. This America has been shaped dramatically by the magic, monsters, knowledge and legends of its peoples, those indigenous and those not. Some of these forces are charmingly everyday, like the ability to make an orb of light appear or travel across the world through rings of fungi. But other forces are less charming and should never see the light of day. A Lat's Away lives in the slightly stranger America. She can raise the ghosts of dead animals and a skill passed down through generations of her Lipan Apache family. Her beloved cousin has just been murdered in a town that wants no prying eyes, but she's going to do more than pry. The pitch-perfect facade of Willoughby masks gruesome secrets, and she will rely on her wit, skill and friends to tear off the mask and protect her family. That actually sounds so good. It's got little illustrations as well on each of the chapter headers. Outstanding. Okay, no, I'm really happy with this decision. Fantastic. One word title. A lat's away. Okay, let's make this the last one because I'm actually sweating my back off, and then I'll tell you some of the others that I am determined to get to in the month, and then the rest I'm just going to mood read. So let's pull from this top card. Choose a book which has a person on the cover. That is relatively specific. Okay, I actually have so many options for this. This does not narrow me down. Okay, I'm going to go for one that I actually really do want to read, and I was going to tell you about even if I didn't manage to get it on with a prompt. And it is Dead Girls Walking by Sammy Ellis. This one is a new release that I'm really looking forward to. It is a YA horror, and it is following our main character called Temple Baker. Evil runs in her family. Her dad's a serial killer, and while he's been incarcerated, he's owned up to killing Temple's mother, but Temple doesn't believe him. So she makes the decision to go back to his old haunt, which is their old home, where he used to bury the people, the bodies of people, and kill them there. And she's made the decision to go back and try and see if she can find out exactly what happened to her mum. When she gets there though, it turns out that the farm has been turned into a camp for queer horror obsessed girls. Is that the right way round? Just read that. Queer horror obsessed girls. Yeah, it's an overnight camp, and she ends up posing as a camp leader to try and get information, and then one of the girls turns up dead, and that's what happens. And I'm really looking forward to it. It sounds really, really good, and I'm hyped to give this one a read. So choose a book that has a person on the cover. This is a stunning cover as well. I'm obsessed with it. So yeah, I think my battery is flashing. Of course it is. So these are the 7 books that we've just picked. So we've got We Ate the Dark for a book with a prologue. We have got I'm Chubby and I'm Your Hero Volume 2 for yellow cover. We've got The Luminous Dead with a dedication to Mum. We've got All That's Left in the World with a sticker still on the cover. Red, White and Royal Blue for an adaptation. A Lat's Away for one word title, and Dead Girls Walking for a person on the cover. So just a couple of the other books that I did want to mention that I really want to get to in June is Into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant, which is a horror sci-fi about killer mermaids. I know nothing else about it other than that. And The All-Consuming World by Cassandra Kaur, which is another sci-fi horror. I don't know if you can see a theme here. I don't know actually anything about this one, but I will get into the synopsis of these when it comes to reading them. I just wanted to mention them very, very quickly. This is the advanced reader's copy I was on about before that doesn't have a dedication to it because it's an ARC. I got it while I was at Yalk. So yeah, I'm just gonna wing the rest of the month and mood read, which I think will be really fun. But I do have 7 books to kind of concentrate on for definite, and then those other 2 that I've just mentioned as well. So yeah, what are you going to be reading in the month of June? Do you have any book recommendations for me? What should I prioritize out of this list? Chat to me in the comments down below, and I shall see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.